It is an absolutely balmy night here in Memorial Stadium, and tonight the Nebraska-Alabama connection continues. It began many years ago in 1964, the Orange Bowl against Auburn. And since then, the Bama battles, though few, have been legend, and the coaches legendary. Bob Devaney, Tom Osborne, Bear Bryant, Shug Jordan. And this evening, these legends will have a direct link to the leaders on the field who seek ultimately to join their ranks. For Troy State University, head coach Larry Blakeney was the starting quarterback at Auburn under the legendary Jordan. He also coached under Jordan. For Nebraska, head coach Frank Solich was a starting fullback for Devaney and coached under Tom Osborne. And make no mistake, their ties to greatness have made their mark. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Memorial Stadium. Tom Osborne Field here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Number 8 Nebraska will meet the unranked Trojans of Troy State, beginning their second year in Division I college football. It was just about a year ago that Troy State began its mission to climb a bigger mountain in Division I. Head coach Larry Blakeney wasn't sure if his team could play with the big boys, as he said, but a 7-4 first-year record and tough performances against BCS teams Nebraska, Miami, and Maryland gave his team the answer and a new confidence. Confidence which the Trojans hope will ring true here tonight. Troy State relies upon the spread offense and will flood the secondary with speedy, gifted receivers. Last year, they threw an average of 31 times per game, the same as national champion Miami, and picked up 12 yards per catch, almost the same as Miami. Senior wide receiver Andrew Amerson is a Division I AA All-American transfer from Cal State Northridge who has speed and great running ability. And as his head coach said recently, the fun begins once he catches the football.
We're joined by Bill Byrne, Nebraska's athletic director. I thought it was really cool. Troy State and their whole athletic administration, Bill said, we'd like to come back every year. I mean, this is a team that wants the best. They want to play the best. They figure, hey, if you're going to be the best, you got to beat the best.
You know, it reminds me of what Florida State was doing a few years ago, and they wanted to come up here, and actually they had some success against us and really establish their program. They're an outstanding team. They make me very nervous. Their quarterback's young, but boy, defensively, they return all those kids, that great cornerback they had, that middle linebacker, that nose guard. We've got our work cut out for us tonight, and our fans who think this is just another ho-hum thing, they better rethink it.
Think again.
They're going to spread the offense all over the place. We saw that happen quite a bit last year. We're going to see it again this year. As you hear the sound in the background of the tunnel walk, Husker Vision is now on the air here at Memorial Stadium. On the east side over there, you see the Husker Legacy statue. Middle of the line, mayhem as they slide back, and we go down into the caverns below the East Stadium, walking the tunnels. Husker camp now comes upon the pillars of Nebraska football, and you see the Husker power signs. You see the clips here now of all the powerful plays the Huskers have made, goal posters, trophies, and there is a shot of Husker coach Tom Osborne being lifted up to respond. The crowd responds. 249 consecutive sellouts now showing on the screen, and we saw the tradition, the pride and tradition of Nebraska. Then on to the East Stadium Buckler where the Heisman trophies come up, the national championship trophies come up, and Husker camp now comes up onto the field. Troy State helmet is incinerated by 2 Nebraska helmets as Husker camp now makes its way into the tunnel where the Huskers, and there they are, coming out. Frank Solich, the head coach, in the lead, and there is frenzy and mayhem behind him as this big red football machine is about ready to take the field. They are coming out ever so closely here as the captains now make their way out of the field as the Huskers continue to stream out of the tunnel. Right above the door, there is a lucky horseshoe that every Husker will hit before he comes out onto the field. Huskers clapping hands, high-fiving the fans as they come out now, jumping up below the south stands, and here come the Huskers.
The sea of red erupts. Josh Brown tees up the football. The Huskers won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So Troy State's Trojans will get the football first. Nebraska dressed in the scarlet jerseys with white pants and the controversial, though growing on us, red stripe down the panel of the pants. And deep to receive for the Troy State Trojans, it's Andrew Amerson and Hayward Skipper. Skipper number 3, Amerson number 1, and we're underway. Game 2, 2002, and Brown boots the pigskin into the first row. It clears clears the 7-foot wall beyond the outstretched line of the left end zone and into the first row, and we're off and rolling here in Lincoln.
What a powerful, powerful kick by Josh Brown on the kickoff, Jim. He talked this week about how he really improved himself by going to the kick camp in Pennsylvania. Just saw another evidence of that on that kickoff.
Hansel Barden, a sophomore from Cairo, Georgia. Good, strong arm. Played in 7 games a year ago, but this is his first start. The regular setback is LeBaron Black, but they have receivers all over the place. 3 to the left and 1 to the right, and a 2-step drop, and they fired it underneath the coverage to Black. He is gobbled up at the 25, and then he rolls forward to the 27-yard line where John Clanton, the big nose tackle, runs him down for Nebraska's black shirts. 2nd down and 3 from the 27-yard line. Couple of setbacks behind the quarterback, and now they send one in motion as Bearden gives it off to Black. He angles off the left side, draws a crowd. Couple of blockers over there, unable to take out the Huskers, and DeMario Williams and Barrett Ruud run down the running back. They offset the fullback Adrian Moore and send him in motion now. Single receiver to the left, double to the right, and the snap out of the shotgun. Bearden looks to throw 20. Now he'll duck it up 25. He'll get to the 28, 29, and carries a Husker up to about the 30-yard line. Fabian Washington is into the game to play a cornerback spot on the defensive left side. So too Chad Severs, the backup Mike linebacker, in for the first time. Rush on Bearden as he throws the football. It is complete and out of bounds, but a short gain. The reception made by Jason Samples. 2 minutes into the ball game, opening series of downs. They've moved at 13. Blitz on for Hopkins, throwing his Bearden underneath the coverage, and the reception is made. 45, 50, and out of bounds in Nebraska territory at the 47-yard line by Jermaine Richardson, the backup running back, the sophomore from Pensacola, Florida. Run out of bounds by Phil Bland, but that's the complexity of this offense. Well, we've thrown to 3 different guys already.
Jim, it's complexity. It's also the fact that last play, Nebraska was blitzing from all 3 sides. They came right up the middle, and he happened to go. Jermaine Richardson happened to go right in the area where the middle blitz vacated the ground, and that's where the pass was completed. Good read by the quarterback, Bearden.
He's audibling at the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage is the 47 of Nebraska. Right side hash mark moving toward the south end zone as Bearden hands it off, and up the middle goes Black for very little. Andrew Amerson in the slot to the left side. To his left is the All-American Hayward Skipper. As the quarterback, Hansel, gets it out of the shotgun. Rush on, throws the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeJuan Gross at the 35, up to about the 37-yard line. He picks it away. It was thrown to a spot where only a black shirt was there to snare it, and the first turnover of the ball game comes with 12-12 in period 1.
Not sure if it got tipped. All I know is the trajectory of the pass was crazy. It was spinning vertically going through the air, and DeJuan Gross was there to pick up his 5th career pass interception and then head upfield. And again, the Huskers create the turnover. The defense steps up and creates the turnover. But again, good pressure that time by the Husker defense and good response by the secondary. DeJuan Gross, senior out of Garfield Heights, Ohio.
It was intended for Skipper, but yeah, just left his hand like a dying quail, Adrian Fiala. 1st and 10, Nebraska, 37-yard line. Jay Lord running the show, and the option to the left side. Picks his way up to the 39 to the 40. Out of the shotgun with Diedrich on the hip of Lord. Diedrich gets the handoff. Diedrich skitters across the 40, 42, 43. Blocking ahead of that play nicely by Wes Cody. Cornelson wide to the left side. Wilson Thomas wide to the right side. Tight end on the right-hand side. That's Ringenberg as Lord drops to throw. Fires it. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Larson 5 boots a week ago. 43-yard average. Low snap. Snares it. Throws it into the air. And it's an end-over-end wobbler that bounces at the 15 to the 10 and tumbles out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Double wide, Skipper wide left, Samples wide right, single setback. Black gets the handoff, is hit and drilled behind the line of scrimmage by big Ryan Bingham. Nails him at the 8, 2-yard deficit. Bingham, junior from Sandy, Utah. As we told you, he can lift a compact. Threw the guard away and got to the running back.
He just took the guard head up, Jim, on the play and just kind of cast him to the left and then made the head up tackle straight away. That is incredible strength, incredible movement, and just an all-around great play by Ryan Bingham.
Tight end Cedric Phillips tight to the right side. From the rather right side hash mark, again into the teeth of a 4-man defensive rush. Hansel Bearden gets the snap, drops to throw, pump fakes, lots of time, flag down, and that stops the action.
False start on the offense, still 2nd down.
Half the distance. The line of scrimmage was the 8.5. Bearden changes the play at the line of scrimmage. Single setback, Black. He's 2 yards in the end zone. Second down and 16, Troy State. Husker linebackers jumping around as they hand it off to Black, and wrapping him up is Clanton as if he was unblocked back at the 3. He chased him down with a good angle, Terry Keneally, and what a play that time by big John Clanton, the senior.
I think he was unblocked. I think he slipped right behind the guard there and great pursuit.
Nobody touched him. But
That's
again,
supposed to be that easy, is it, guy?
There's a reason that John Clanton got by him so quickly. He's 290 pounds, but he runs a 4.8 electric. 4.8 electric,
Wow.
which usually translates handheld to 2 seconds.
Yeah, about 4.6.
So 4.6. I have trouble believing that, but after seeing that, I believe it.
It is third down and 16. Backward progress to the 4 out of the shotgun. Bearden in the end zone, lofts it down the near sideline, and the pass is received by Samples, fumbles it away. It's no good, incomplete at the 41. Had it in his hands. There was coverage there by Phil Bland and Lornell McPherson, but the ball was placed perfectly by Bearden. Samples figures that one got off the hook.
Great throw, almost a catch, and it would have been a catch if Philip Bland would have not come over and helped on the coverage with Lornell McPherson, because he was beat down this near sideline. But just as Samples juggled the football, Bland arrived and knocked him loose from the football and eliminated a long gain to midfield. That brings up a punt by the Trojans.
Lee Walls to snap it back to freshman Thomas Olstead. He is astride in front of the back line of the end zone. Nebraska to get excellent field position. Olmstead, the freshman from Gainesville, Florida. Signals being called. Snap back to him in good shape. Kicks the ball, not deep, but he got it out of there, and it flutters out of bounds at the 28-yard line. I get our I formation. Davies the fullback, and then Diedrich the I back. John Clem, the East High Spartan, split wide to the left side. First down and 10 at the 25-yard line. Hand off to Davies. Davies picks his way with a flag down across the 25, 24, 23-yard line.
Substitution infraction on the offense. It's declined. Second down.
Ross Pilkington, freshman from Loveland, Colorado, wide left. In the slot left, it's Clem. Out of the shotgun, Lord gets it. Fakes to Diedrich, runs the option left, gets a block, 25. He has the angle, 20, to the 19, to the 18-yard line. He is shoved out of bounds on the play by Rashawn Reed, the All-America cornerback candidate from Phoenix City, Alabama. And also Gordon Williams, the linebacker. But great speed on the wide side of the field by Jay Lord.
Jim, on the left side of that line, Richie Incognito, Mike Erickson over there, again, doing a tremendous job blocking on that play. Had about 5 to 6 yards of running room to get moving over there. And again, the low blocker, the lead block over there by the fullback. So a counter quarterback sweep to the left, designed to run all the way as Jamal's out over the center.
2 tight ends for the Huskers, Bowling left and Galladay right. Wide man Thomas to the right-hand side. It's second and short on the option series. Lord keeps it off the fake to Davies. Picks his way, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! A great burst of speed off the G option, Adrian Fiala. And it has to be defended perfectly, or a big, strong runner as the balloons fly in the air is going to make you pay every time.
They overcommitted to the run on the left side over there, and Jamal Lord made him pay for it. He cut back against the grain. Mike Erickson, a great block to set it up to the inside. He just knocked his defender right into the nickel seats as Josh Brown now will try to kick the point.
Off the hold of Chrisman on the turf. The kick is through the uprights. It is good. We have 8:55. First quarter from Lincoln. Nebraska parlays the short kick into a touchdown. It's 7-0. See if Josh Brown can boot it into the second row. Head down, whips that ball into the air. It's through the end zone, and it is just shy of the retaining wall. 5-man front for the Big Red. A single setback, 2 wideouts, right, 1 left. Hand off to Black, and Kelsey gobbles him alive behind the line of scrimmage. Jim, he's been a factor here early in the ball game. He's got great quickness at the line of scrimmage, and he came right down the line and made that play. He was close on that one pass play, as we talked about before, and had another tackle earlier on here, nearly going in the ball game. So I tell you what, he is ready to go, no doubt about it tonight. Second down, 10.5, lost half a yard. Kelsey finally not seeing double teams. That's thanks to Nebraska's improved play along the defensive front. Bearden takes the snap. He's got a rush. 20, dips to the outside, loses Williams. 25, 30, 35, and is ushered out of bounds by Pat Ricketts. at about the 36-37 yard line. Ricketts guarding Samples, Turpinning in the slot position defensively to look out for Amerson. Their fine transfer from Cal State Northridge. Pitch play, Black tumbles over his own guard and loses yardage from the 37-38 back to the 35. Linebackers now inching off and toward the secondary, not close to the line of scrimmage. Demario Williams, he's that man just to the left of Chad Sievers, the Mike linebacker. The quarterback, Hansel Bearden, throws a jailbreak screen, and it's complete to Andrew Amerson with a flag down across the 35-40. He got the 3 lost and 2 more, give him progress up to the 42.
What we'll have here is going to be waved off is what's going to happen.
No flag, no penalty. A couple of setbacks behind the quarterback. In motion goes one of them to the right as Bearsden pulls away on 3rd and 6, and he throws the ball incomplete. 4th down and 6 from the 42. 6:47, first quarter, 7-0 Nebraska on an 18-yard gallop off the option by Jamal Lord. Olmstead stands at his 29. Gross deep for Nebraska. Snap back to him. Huskers rush it, but a booming spiraling kick has DeJuan Gross playing Willie Mays in center field and lets it bounce at the 5. It is tagged from going into the end zone by the Trojans, and they cover it up at the 2-yard line. Fine special teams play by the visitors from Troy, Alabama, and a great kick by the freshman, a 56-yarder out of Olmstead, who initially signed with Florida, or at least verbally committed to Florida, but then Steve Spurrier a week later left for D.C. The new coach, Ron Zook, said, "We got plenty of kickers, son. Sorry, see you later." He gets a scholarship to Troy State, and I wonder if a Florida graduate assistant is taking note of this. Huskers playing with fire. Snap it from their own 2.5-yard line in the south end zone. Setting up is the I formation of Davies and Diedrich, and the handoff goes to Diedrich right up the middle. He follows the right-hand side of the offensive line across the 5, 6, 7, 8, up to the 9-yard line. Galladay tight to the left. Regular I, Davies, and then Diedrich. In motion goes Wilson Thomas across the formation, right to left. Pitch play, running left. It's to Diedrich. Diedrich finds a little less room this time, and he is greeted at the 9-yard line. It was 2nd down and 5 from the 8. It is 3rd down and 4 as Lord gives it off to Judd Davies, and Davies is wrapped up short of the first down stick across the 10 by Jose Gamboa. Hayward skipper there, snap back to Larson. He boots a line drive. It's a knuckler, bounds out of bounds inside the Nebraska 44, 43-yard line. Kyle Larson wants a mulligan there. Eric Felden is on the football field to play in a slot to the left side. First time we've seen him. They run 2 slots and 2 wides. 1st down and 10 for Troy State. Trojans over it at the Husker 42. 7-0 Nebraska, 4:26 opening quarter in Lincoln. Toward the south end zone. Flag down as Bearden gets the snap, and he's going to dart up the field. 40, 35, 30 to the 25 to the 20, and he's bowled down at the 19-yard line by T.J. Hollowell and Chad Sievers. But with a penalty marker down at the 41-yard line, it very well could be against Nebraska.
It is.
As the coaching staff beneath us on the west sideline from Troy State waving their arms as though we're going to decline this.
Chad Kelsey offsides on the left side down here, Jim, right below us. Just a fraction ahead of the count.
In the neutral zone.
And yeah, they'll decline it and take the gain.
Down.
And wow, what a big pickup by a guy, as we said earlier, really doesn't have all that a tremendous speed, but that play there opened up in the middle, and he got it down right inside the 20.
22-yard gallop for Hansel Bearsden, the sophomore from Cairo, Georgia, getting his first start, redshirt sophomore, although he played a year ago, redshirted his freshman season. Chris Cox, a fullback now. He's in front of DeWitt Betterson. That's the I-back tandem, fullback and I-back tandem for this offensive formation. And the handoff goes to Betterson. DeWitt Betterson, ball pops loose. It's on the turf. Ricketts on top of it at the 14-yard line, and Nebraska has the football. Pat Ricketts continues to be Johnny on the spot for Nebraska football. The Millard North Mustang covered up the pigskin after it popped loose, and Betterson, the sophomore from Stark, Florida, is shaking his head as he wanders toward the near sideline.
Trying to make additional yardage, but the ball popped loose after a big hit by just a host of red jerseys underneath all of that. And Pat Ricketts, again, Fred Petito will be real happy when he listens or sees a film on this game. But the walk-on out of Millard North, able to come up, the big man of the hour. Huskers now own it.
Nebraska now will snap it from the 14, second consecutive drive in poor field position, but they'll take it after the bobble by TSU as Lord runs the option series, fakes to the fullback, throws it down the field, bowling wide open at the 40, at the 50, hits a foot race down the near sideline, 35-30, and he is dragged down by Derek Ansley, the safety man. Be it not for great speed, bowling is in the end zone, but a great call on first down, Adrian Fiala, and Lord put the ball right on the dollar.
It was play action, Jim, that really the Troy State Trojans looking for the play going to the right side, left side of the defensive formation. They started to flow left, and Bowling broke out from that tight end spot, got underneath and behind everybody, and then the pass pro held up, and Jamal Lord zipped it right on the money, and Bowling is off to the races. Gets down close to the 25 at just across the 25-yard line.
62-yard pickup through the air for Nebraska's offense, and now they're in good shape, operating from the left side hash at the 24-yard line as Lord handles the football himself off a fake to the fullback. Pickup of 1 yard. It's 2nd and 9 at 3:05 in the quarter. Nebraska's 7-0. Trying to parlay this fumble into a long drive for a touchdown. Off the shotgun, Lord runs the option, pitches to Dietrich, running to the right, gets a block from Billy Walter, 25, 20, and then crashes into a Trojan at the 18-yard line. O.C. Umenyiora. This is the All-America defensive right end from Auburn, Alabama. First time we've called him, but nice work by Billy Waldrop to time his block, Terry Keneally, and knock that end out of there.
Really was. Darren did a great job of waiting just long enough for Dan to set that up, and he cut off right behind him and went upfield for a couple extra yards.
And also talk about Cody and Garrison. Now they sealed up things to the inside to let Lord get out quickly on the sprint option to the right side. So again, a combination of great offensive line work right there.
Davies and Dietrich set behind Lord. Unbalanced line. No, it's two tight ends and a single split receiver clemmed wide to the left side. Lord takes one step back, fakes to the fullback, keeps it himself inside the 15, inside the 12, inside the 11, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Williams draped over the back of Jamal Lord, who shows so much more confidence, Adrian Fiala, running this offense from just a week ago.
But Jim, when you got guys up front blocking like they are right now, you have that kind of confidence, and we saw it again right there. He faked that dive to Davies. Garrison kind of stepped up to the inside. He put a block on that backer to the inside. Erickson pitched out or flew out. He took out the tackle, and then Lord able to just step up and go and pick up the first down.
From right about the 10-yard line, first down, 7-0 Huskers, 10-yard line of TSU, a minute 48 in the quarter. Lord to throw, deep drop, rolls to his right, throws back the other way. Cornelson open, but it's picked off on the play in the end zone and up the field to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, up to the 25, and out of bounds at about the 30, 31-yard line. On the intercept was Rayshawn Reed. I believe that Lord threw it the wrong place, Adrian Fiala. Cornelson was open, but the ball was 4 yards to the left of the quarterback, and there was Reed to pick it away, the All-American.
Ben broke to the inside. The ball was thrown to the outside. Obviously a mistake on the play. We won't know until we talk a little bit later about that play, but again, the golden scoring opportunity here, first down at the 10-yard line. The Huskers elect to go up top. And again, the play was open to the inside, but Lord threw it to the corner, maybe looking for the corner post, and Ben ran perhaps the wrong route on the play.
It's the first turnover of the season against the Nebraska offense. Back and forth we go. A minute 35 first quarter, 7-0. Each team has turned it over in a critical situation. A fumble by TSU, and then that INT thrown by Jay Lord. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Troy State in its own territory on a bootleg play. Bearden has a rush of Smith, eludes it, and dances out of bounds at the 32. Two slot guys, two wideouts too, and Bearden hands it off. It's black, not much there. Chad Severs blitzing the Nebraska Mike linebacker, runs down the running back. Actually, it was Betterson, DeWitt Betterson, who coughed it up on his last carry. Hangs onto it this time, doesn't make much yardage. In fact, drops a yard and a half or two. It'll be 3rd and 12. They continue to try to run the football. Adrian Fiala, Nebraska, has an answer every time.
Jim, their running game probably isn't going to do all that much, except that we saw that play that the quarterback Bearden took right up the middle in that previous series. But other than that, they have really not been able to do a whole lot in terms of running, just 44 yards on the day thus far.
Two setbacks out of the eye. Skipper wide to the left side with that. Bearden needs a timeout. 3rd down and 12. Bearden over at 30-yard line. Troy State in its own territory has the snap, sets up, throws the ball long down on a post pattern for Skipper. Picked off by Gross at the 25. Spectacular read by the All-American from Buckeye Country. Skipper had a half stride on him, Adrian Fiala, but what great closing speed by the All-American, pick number 2, and the Huskers have the pigskin back with 42 seconds in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, Jim, he was there step for step with the receiver, and he had a bead on the football. He looked back a little earlier than they usually do, but he read those eyes, and he saw those receivers' eyes going to the ball. He looked back, and there was no doubt in my mind he was going to pick it off, and he gets his 6th. He had one earlier in the ballgame. Now he picks off his 6th career pass interception for Nebraska. Comes at a great time now. Huskers need to capitalize.
It's the 3rd turnover of the first quarter against Troy State. Usually you're down 21-love when that happens. Nebraska trying to parlay again, and on a sprint play, it's to Diedrich running to the right side. He is met and married at the 26-yard line. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Nebraska to snap it once more. Gain on the play of 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 28. 1 second, and the quarter is over before John Garrison can snap the ball back to Jamal Lord. 1 done in Game 2 of 2002. 7-0 Huskers on an 18-yard romp by Jamal Lord. We are ready for the second quarter. The Huskers out in front 7-0. And Wayne Bolt and his deadbolt defense has been put into jeopardy so far in the ballgame. 3 turnovers charged to the account of the Troy State offense, and yet it's still only a 7-0 ballgame. The Huskers have turned it over once, so a +2 in takeaways. Jamal Lord sets up the I formation. He runs the show. It's 2nd down and 7, 28-yard line. They switch ends of the field. The Huskers moving left to right here in period 2. Out in front 7-0. Double wise to the left, and Thomas in a slot to the right on the option to the left side. Lord slips a tackle and jumps across the 30 and hops to the 31-yard line. Pilkington and Thomas, the split receivers. Hazebrook is in the slot. Bad snap out of the shotgun. Fumbled by Lord. Throws it for Diedrich. One-on-one play. Dips to the outside 30, 35, 40, and has the first down across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Boy, Jamal Lord with an alert piece of poise there. The snap back to him by Garrison was a little bit low, but he gathered it up and fired to Diedrich, who ran around the right-hand side. They'd found an empty part of the football field before Johnny Falk, a redshirt freshman backup corner, finished off Darren Diedrich's run.
Lots of guts right there by Johnny Falk, 5'11", 175. He took on a steaming Darren Diedrich at 6'2", 225, and just knocked his pins right out from under him. Great job by Johnny Falk.
Laverne Johnson, the only guy Diedrich had to beat. Handoff to Diedrich, sprint play, running to the left side, breaks the way, 40, 42, 43, and is finished at the 45 with a penalty marker down.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
The Huskers with 117 net yards offensively in quarter 1. 1st and 20 from the 32. Lord rolling to the right, guns the football for Thomas, and the reception is made out of bounds. Not at a first down stick, but pretty good yardage across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Nebraska in its own territory. A little low and away, but Will Thomas, the Omaha North High Viking with lots of body, able to gather it in and keep 1 foot in bounds.
Nice route by Thomas that time, Jim. He had the cornerback kind of turned around, or the corner down there kind of turned around a little bit, and then the ball thrown towards the sideline. Drugged that 1 foot, kept it in bounds, picked up his 4th reception on the year, and he keeps just climbing up that chart. And
Corey Ross,
receptions here all along.
Excuse me, Adrian. Corey Ross and Josh Davis line up in slot positions on the right and left, respectively. Ross, the brilliant young man out of Denver, Colorado. Davis, the veteran from Tecumseh. Option play left, blocking is Davis as Lord leaps over the tacklers at midfield, gets the first down. It was 2nd and 4 for the 48. It'll be first down to upcome for Nebraska football inside the Troy State 45 at about the 43. David Filia finally takes the needles out from underneath Jamal Lord. But I really like how the Huskers are using that G option. They're asking Jamal Lord to keep the football more, Adrian Fiala, and sometimes that cuts down on the threat of injury.
Well, it does, Jim. Again, you're talking about an executed play versus a scramble play, and we saw it right there. Great block that time by Wes Cody out of Fremont Bergen. 2 tights, nose of the football at the 43. Lord, bootleg pass, throws down the middle. Bowling was there, but this one 5 yards beyond his grasp at the 20-yard line. 4 wide receivers on 2nd down and 10. Lord changing the play. Lining up Diedrich directly behind the quarterback in the shotgun now under center. Gets the snap, runs the option, pitches to Diedrich. Bad pitch, it's beyond his hands. Lord, though, covers it up at the 50-yard line. Double wides to each side. Single setback. Diedrich on the hip of Lord out of the shotgun. 3rd and long. Screen pass. Diedrich way beyond him. Over his head. Incomplete pass at the 48-yard line. That pass had been completed right there. If you'd given Darren Diedrich a little bit of a chance as the punt comes up. 3rd bad snap here. It was on the ground, but scooped up by Larson, and he kicks it in the air, and Skipper lets it bounce. It goes sideways inside the 5, and it is gathered in nicely at the 3-yard line. Nice work by the Huskers. Receivers left and right for quarterback Bearden in the end zone. Pump fakes once, throws the ball down the field. This time Skipper has it in his hands, but once more it is incomplete. Gross in defense. Big Seppo of RAA, the Laurel Congress
Concord Bear in for the first time this year. Redshirt freshman at defensive tackle, and the handoff to Black. Seppo's all over him, slows him down, and then the Huskers gather it together. Titus Adams finishes him off, but nice reaction by Big Seppo that time, Adrian Fiala. He was able to make a play as the back cut the other way. This guy looks like an All-American. He's a tremendous athlete, learning the game. Transfer student, originally born in Finland. I mean, this thing is still so early in his career.
Well, he dropped off about 25 pounds, Jim, through spring. Came into fall ball a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, and a lot of desire to play the game of football.
Gain of 1. It's 2nd down and 9 from the 6 as Bearden off a fake in the end zone. Throws the pass. Skipper has it this time in front of McPherson. Has it. 20. Cuts it back inside. 25, 30, 35, 40. He may take it. It's a foot race along the far sideline. Jarrell Pippins, though, has an angle, and he runs him out of bounds at the Nebraska 33-yard line. That's just tremendous footwork by Hayward Skipper, the All-American out of Baxley, Georgia. 97 career receptions for this guy. First one tonight, and a big gain by their intermediate range passing attack, but they can do it all over the field. Well, you give that guy time, he's going to put it on the dollar.
Well, he was a little disappointed in himself for not catching that last one, Jim. He made sure he caught this one, and then it was a foot race that Jarrell Pippins fortunately there to shut him down. But Skipper, 4.3 speed, and you can't let him get out. When you do, that's what happened.
11-17 in the half, 7-0 Huskers, but driving of the Trojans. Rush on, screen passes botched up as Bearden tried to throw it back the other way, and Chris Kelsey deflected the pass. Bearden, appreciative of that effort, taps Kelsey on the rear end. Well, what a nice pass rush by Chris Kelsey. That ball is not deflected, and Black catches it. He's got a convoy down the right-hand sideline. It's incomplete, 2nd and 10 back at the 33.
I think part of the reason he was patting him on the rear end, Jim, because he didn't get hit by Chris Kelsey, because Chris was really coming about 10 times the normal speed. He got his hands up, he batted it down, knocked it down, and again stopped the play. But here we go again. It's 2nd down and 10, 2nd and long.
That long pass play covered 61 yards. 2nd and long, right side hash mark, short drop by Bearden. This time he is crunched. He tries to jam it up the middle, but right there was Trevor Johnson and Chris Kelsey. They had a conference on the quarterback as those two ends pinched in there and gave the quarterback Hansel Bearden a headache. Loss in the play of 5. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Chris Kelsey has just played a marvelous football game tonight, fans. He's all over the field. He's a great inspiration to his teammates. He likewise dropped off some weight from last year, and you can see it, Terry. You can see he's a lot quicker, a lot faster this year. Played at 270 last year. He's at 255 this year. And again, he is just having a great football game here tonight.
8 seconds, 7 seconds on the play clock. Bearden now hands under center. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. No huddle. 3rd and 15 from the 38. Gets the snap. Play fake to the eye back. Loses his footing. Regains. Throws it down the field for whom I'm not certain. Lee Walls, the senior, snaps it back belt high, and Olmstead kicks it into the air, angling toward the out-of-bounds marker. And it will be sailing out of bounds, where we are not certain as yet, as the judge walks it to the 7-yard line. Good punting by both teams. 10-11 first half. Nebraska 1st down and 10. Huskers at their own 7-yard line. Lord barks the count, hands under John Garrison, fumbles the snap, picks it up, tries to make something happen, does so across the 5, 6, 7-yard line. Gang tackled right there at Harry, and brilliant freshman tight to the left side. Regular eye, it's Davies and then Diedrich on the option. Lord keeps it to the outside, right side 10, shakes a man, 15, 16, 17, very near a first down. He got a headache on the play by a terrific hit out of Robbie Farmer, the backup Sam linebacker. But Jamal Lord is a threat when he ducks it up.
Anytime he handles that football, Jim, he's got the ability to go. That time, Nate Colerman, who you talked about just a moment ago, just in the football game, the 300-pounder out of Seward, Nebraska, he took their defensive lineman out there, or their defensive end, Umanora, and just blocked him well, and it gave Jamal Lord the opportunity to get upfield and pick up that first down.
He did at the 18-yard line, unbalanced line to the left. No, it's a double tight end situation. Thomas, the lone wide receiver, wide left, handed off to Diedrich, cradles the football. He clears the 18 and is up to the 20, maybe the 21-yard line, and for good measure, out of the shotgun with Diedrich on the right hip of quarterback Lord, and they hand it off to Diedrich, a delay play. He starts to the right and then dances back toward the middle of the formation across the 20 up to near the 25. A deep handoff to Darren Diedrich, but Troy State has it figured out, and they roll Nebraska on 3rd and 2 at the 26, back to the 25.
And Jim, those are the kind of plays right there that you got to make. You've got a 3rd and 2 deep in your own territory. Again, time winding down here in the first half, and you've got to make that first down. There's another low snap.
Better though, at least it's airborne, and Larson head down boots it in the air for Skipper at the 25. I beg your pardon, Amerson. Andrew Amerson, he dives across the 30 up to the 34, 35-yard line. Amerson.
Here's a snap by Troy State.
Base 4-3 for Nebraska. Two-step drop for the quarterback, Bearden. He fires it to the flat left, and there Samples receives and is quickly covered up by DeJuan Gross. Two slot men, two wide receivers. Hansel Bearden under. Barks the snap, gets it, and tumbles over his own feet, throws it up for grabs. It's out of bounds, incomplete. And I believe they're going to say it is an incomplete pass. And now a penalty marker flies. It very well could be intentional grounding.
Illegal grounding of the football by the offense. The loss of down. It'll be second down.
Wide right of the quarterback. Skipper wide left on 2nd and 18. This time Bearden in good shape throws the football, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Eric Felden. Huskers showing blitz. DeMario Williams near the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 18. Ball at the 40-yard line. Troy State in its own territory. Two slots, two wideouts. Flag flies. Bearden cranks it up and throws it deep to no one.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense.
It is 3rd and 23 after the 5-yard walk-off. Tight end right, regular eye behind Bearden. Play faking, in the pocket, rush on, throwing the football, and this pass is incomplete. Aaron Turpeting, the Nebraska Rover man, deep to help out DeJuan Gross covering Hayward Skipper. 4th and 23, ball at the 35. Troy State on its own side of midfield. Here's the snap to Olmstead. Pressure on, kicks it away. DeJuan Gross will get a return. He has it at the 17, up the field. 20, 30, 40, right down the middle of the football field. To the 40, 35, 30. He's to the gate. He's to the doorstep. He's in the house. Touchdown. .72-yard punt return for DeJuan Gross. And the special teams ring the gong once more, Adrian Fiala.
Absolutely, Jim. Ring it again. We saw the 71-yard touchdown return against Miami in the Rose Bowl, and now he comes back and he betters that by a yard. 33 times he had handled punts for Nebraska in his career. Number 34 is golden as he puts the Huskers on the board again, and there's a point.
Josh Brown tacks on the PAT. He's 4 for 4 in that category in 20:02, and with 5:39 to play. First half, it's Nebraska 14 and Troy State nothing. And you know, Nebraskans have always been pioneers. It's the frontiers that have changed, frontiers that extend all the way to the Indy Motor Speedway. Today's featured pioneer is Dr. Dean Sicking, professor of civil engineering at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and director of UNL's Midwest Roadside Safety Facility. Dr. Sicking and his team of more than 30 engineers and staff developed a new energy-absorbing wall, the Safer Barrier, that was used for the first time at this year's Indy 500. In developing this major breakthrough in motorsport safety, race cars were crash tested at speeds of 150 miles an hour at the university's test track here in Lincoln. The knowledge gained from this research can now be used to create safer guardrails, posts, and signs along our nation's highways. That could save literally thousands of lives each year. And that makes Dr. Dean Sicking a true pioneer at UNL.
He's a 10-700 guy, and he just about went 100 on that one. The record is corrected. It was an 83-yard return. But DeJuan Gross, again, showing excellent speed to catch the ball, line drive kick. He got by that first line, and that was academic from that point on.
Josh Brown swings that right leg into it and kicks it out of bounds at the 3-yard line. A little adrenaline pumping for Josh Brown. This means that Troy State's Trojans will get the football 1st and 10 at the 35. Hansel Bearden under. His team down 2 touchdowns and 2 PATs. Deep in the pocket at the 25. Scrambles to the right. Eludes the rush once. Throws the football. Nearly intercepted by Fabian Washington at the 40. He heaved the ball. And I'm not certain for whom the ball was intended, perhaps Skipper, but Mr. Bearden needs to be a little more careful. Larry Blakeney's going to say, son, that's my paycheck you're heaving around like a loaf of bread out there.
Heard that one before.
2nd and 10 back at the 35.
Line of pursuit right there. Patrick Kabongo was in hot pursuit of the quarterback, and he just simply kind of flipped it underhand. Really no intended particular receiver. A couple of people in the area, Jim.
Receivers left and right. Skipper and Samples, and the handoff to the deep man, Black, thundering up the middle, 45, 50, to the Nebraska 47-yard line. A romp of 17 yards before Phil Bland says that's it. That's the best run by far put together out of that base offense by this ball club this year, as LeBaron Black, the senior from Springfield, Florida, in his 36th game, but just his 6th start for Troy State. 1st and 10, nose of the football just inside the Nebraska 48-yard line. Right side hash mark is TSU, and the black helmets with white pants and red numerals headed toward the north end zone. Safety man in motion, I should say slot man in motion. Black gets it one more time, busts a tackle of LaKeven Smith, the 45, and then rolls to about the 42. Another 6 yards for Black. TJ Hollowell drives him sideways there. You won't see LaKeven Smith have his tackle broken very often. A credit to LeBaron Black.
You know, they show him, Jim, at 215, but he looks a lot bigger down there than that. And again, there he goes again.
3rd straight carry, trying to get the first down. He needed about 2.5. He got it from about the 40 down to near the 38-yard line. It needs to get to between the 38 and 37. This time Smith gets his job done. It'll be very close to a first down at 4 minutes 32 to play. Second quarter at Memorial Stadium, 14-0 Nebraska on an 18-yard romp by Jamal Lord and an 83-yard punt return by DeJuan Gross.
Jim, that punt return will be number 5 all time as far as longest punt returns go for Nebraska. Bobby Newcomb against Missouri back in the year in 2000 had a 94-yarder. We all remember that one. And then he'll be number 5 right behind Pat Fisher, who had an 84-yard return against Oklahoma State back in 1960.
Whenever we can get one of the Fishers of St. Edward referred to during a broadcast, all is well. From the Nebraska 37, as Hansel Bearden takes care of this business himself. Just to the left of the right side hash mark. Hansel Bearden, hands under center. Black the lone setback. Receivers left and right. Bearden in the pocket, looks to throw. Down the middle of the football field, Samples has it. He's wide open at the 20, 15, breaks the tackle to the 10, to the 9, to the 8-yard line. Spilled there by Larnell McPherson. But Mr. Bearden couldn't believe how open Jason Samples was there, the sophomore from Swainsboro, Georgia. 30 receptions a year ago, and that moves the ball inside the Nebraska 10.
A little mix-up in the backfield, obviously, as the Bearden comes up. Or check it. Samples comes up free. Not tied, Jim. Let's go to the play.
First down goal to go as the stadium rings. Fullback on this play is Chris Cox, right in front of LeBaron Black. Black gets it, dances to the left and right, but then has his ankles covered up by Mr. Williams. Skipper and Amerson, the two guys to watch wide to the left side of this formation. That's the wide side of the field. Second down and goal from the 8. 14-0 Nebraska, threatening of the Trojans. Bearden under, looks left the whole way, throws the football. It is received and dropped on the play by Skipper at about the 7. Make it third down and goal from the 8-yard line. As Bearden, short drop, is rushed, throws, no, he'll run it. He's to the 6, to the 5, to the 4, and is covered up inside the 4 to the 3. Spot the ball at the 10 in the end zone. Right-footed kicker as the ball is snapped past the holder. The ball came out and flew past like it was being shot out of a tennis machine and went right past the holder on the play, Hansel Bearden. But the reason all of that is dead is because the officials called it dead. It's a 5-yard penalty, so from the 15, 10 in the end zone, a 25-yard attempt for the freshman Olmstead. It is through the uprights. It is good. And the Troy State Trojans are on the board with 2:16 here in the first half of play, 14-3, as they finally scratch the scorecard here late in the first half of play. Olmstead jogs toward the football and boots it down the center of the field on the line drive at the 2. Josh Davis has it, angles to the right side, gets a block, 20, 25, skips a tackle, 30, and is tripped up across the 30 up to the 34-yard line. Corey Ross, the tail of the tandem behind the quarterback Jamal Lord, who on the end around gives it to Pilkington, running from the right to the left, and he is dumped behind the line of scrimmage on a spectacular play by the All-American Rayshawn Reed at the 27-yard line. If he doesn't make the play, and in fact it was pretty well blocked by Nebraska, then Pilkington is airborne around the 35-yard line. But that's what an All-American looks like from a cornerback position, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2nd and 17. Double wides to both sides as Lord out of the shotgun gets the knee-high snap. He dances through traffic, 25 up to the 30, and is corralled at the 29. Single setback Corey Ross, and Lord will throw. Sets up the jailbreak screen to Wilson Thomas, and he is once more hit by Reed once more. 4th and 14, Huskers at their own 30. He stands at his 15. And Amerson is deep to receive. It's a low snap, but this time Larson sends a boomer way past Amerson. He has to backtrack to catch it at the 14, to the 10, circles around 15, up to the 20, and is down at the 21-yard line. Tremendous kick by Kyle Larson, 58 yards. Bearden gets the snap and then genuflects at the line of scrimmage. They will not mess with this 11-point deficit. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Halftime is here. 14-3 Nebraska.
We said before, coming into this football game, that Troy State would be a tough football team, and they are. And they're showing us that 8 starters on defense, 8 starters on offense back to play, and some of those guys are 5-year seniors. They're extremely tough, and they know how to play this game of football. They're making it tough on the Huskers right now.
Thomas Olmstead will do the duty. He has a field goal in this ball game. A 25-yarder. He jogs toward the football and boots it into this night air as the sun is set in Lincoln, Nebraska, and it'll go into the end zone, through the end zone for a touchback. Josh Davis lets it go that way. We've had very few kicks returned with 2 wide receivers to his right, and one of them is Wilson Thomas. They've bottled him up, and the snap back to him, handed off to Darren Diedrich. Diedrich on that counter play out of the shotgun formation tries it right up the middle. He's struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's the play, guys.
Another snap back to Lord off the shotgun, and he throws to Thomas. Thomas gets the catch at the 23 and then is covered up on the play nicely. Mark LaFleur, the freshman from Omaha Central, in a slot to the left side. On 3rd and long, Lord under a rush. Lord fumbles the football. It's loose at the 10. There's a scrum forward at the 12. The ball is recovered by Troy State at the 13-yard line. Now, Jamal Lord had been playing with matches during the course of the Arizona State game, took a couple of hard hits, didn't cough it up. That time he does. It is recovered by the left end, Sheldon Felton. And here is a golden opportunity for Troy State.
Got a flag on the play, too, Jim, and he took a hard hit from the strong side linebacker who was blitzing on the play, and that was DeLewis Moore. He came from the right side. He had a good game against Nebraska last year, and this time he came right side blitz. He got a hold of Jamal Lord, made him fumble. And the Trojans now are going to own it, but it looks like they may get some more yardage after that. Wait and see for the call. Here it comes.
Got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on Nebraska. First down.
That'll take it half the distance from the 12. With double wides to the right and a single one skipper to the left, picked up by Gross. And on the quick pitch, it goes to Jermaine Richardson, running the right side to the 5, to the 4, to the 2, to the 1, touchdown. Spread Nebraska's defense. Lornell McPherson trying desperately to get to the corner, but Richardson, the fastest of the backs, takes it 6 yards for 6, and we got a match, boys.
Absolutely, Jim. That was nothing but speed. Saw that play a number of times in their film. They faked that quick dive. The back, in this case, Richardson, he goes on the snap, and then it's a quick pop to the outside. He's really out there past the end when he gets to pitch, and then it's simply a foot race to the end zone, and that's what happened there. He had a little bit of a sliver towards the zone in that pylon. He took that and got in there, and we do have a ball game on our hands, no doubt.
Lee Walls to snap it, Bearden to spot it, Olmstead to kick it. The ball is on the ground, the ball is in the air, it is up, it is good. 6-yard drive, 1 play. It's 14-10 as Olmstead whips it down the field, and on the goal line, it's Josh Davis. 10, 15, up to the 20. Cuts it back, runs into his own guy. 25, 26, and is dragged down at the 30 with a penalty marker down. A return of 30 yards pending the flag by Josh Davis.
Block in the back on the return team. Half distance to the goal. First down.
Nebraska with a tight end right, Galladay. In motion goes Hazebrook, first down. Lord runs the option, short side of the field, cuts it up, pitches the ball on the end around. It is taken by Darren Diedrich. Very ill-advised pitch, but it works for a first down. Lord threw it through a series of arms. Somehow it landed in the right ones, and Darren Diedrich is able to make a play out to the 26-yard line where DeLewis Moore finally arrests him, but that is not what Frank and Turner would like Jamal Lord to do with the football.
Well, Jim, it's a tough play. He had the option. Shelton Felton, the defensive end over there, big guy, 250, and he went right by him and then saw the rest of the inside pursuit coming and then pitched it outside. Fortunately, a good pitch to Diedrich, and he got it upfield for a first down.
Then again, it's not how, but how many. First down, 10, 26-yard line. Lord keeps the football himself, option to the near side, 25. He stiff arms a man, 30, 32, 33. He is run out of bounds on the play. The Huskers have it 2nd down and 2 from the 34-yard line their own. Another option play. Lord keeps it himself, 35, first down, breaks through, 35. 39, 40, and is rolled at about the 42-yard line. Two tights, regular eye, left side hash mark, pitch play, left side. It's Diedrich, cuts away, 45, 50, a first down across midfield, and he tumbles to the Troy State 47 as he broke through the wrists of Derek Ainsley once more. But this is a lot more like it. The Nebraska running game, pushing people out of the way, knocking people down. And you really like it when you see Nebraska's offensive lineman on the ground, too. That means they've hit somebody.
You bet it. And also throw in John Bowling that time, the tight end. He came through, he came across, came down on his man, and put him to the turf. Senior out of Lincoln Southeast. Did a great job at 245 pounds.
Another two tight ends set up. Davies and then Diedrich in the eye behind Lord. Option series to the near side. Belly's the fullback. Davies blocking for him. 45-40. Lord to the 35 and rolled down to the 34-yard line by David Filia. And that is a classic example of what a powerful fullback will do for the quarterback, Terry Keneally. Give him the seam, and if he has that foot speed, it's at least 6 yards.
Boy, that's right. He came around the corner right on Judd Davies' tail and made a good cut. Judd led the way.
And I tell you, Garrison, Cody, and Waldrop all on that right side of that line. Again, this offensive line in this series, guys, is playing possessed. They really are. They're possessed with something, and whatever it is, it's working.
11:40 in the third quarter, 14-10 Nebraska. It's 1st and 10, and the handoff and the sprint play to Diedrich. Diedrich cradles that ball. He goes airborne at about the 35. 2nd and 5 from about the 30. In Troy State territory. 6 down linemen. They load up that box. Lord with two tight ends. Clem wide to the right. Option play as he pivots with the ball. Cuts back. Picks his way. 30, 28, 29. And he's thrown back at about the 28-yard line. Shy of a first down. He needed the 25.
Wow.
It's 2nd and 2. Nebraska runs the option again, and Lord this time has a problem. Breaks a tackle, though, and forcefully takes it to inside the 27 to about the 26. It's 4th down and 1. Nebraska at the Troy State 26-yard line. Thomas in motion, the left side hash mark. Lord gives it off to Davies. He starts up the middle, darts to the left. He clears the 25 to the 24 and is good for a first down. The Huskers have gone to the power series this entire series with two tight ends, Galladay and Bowling, right and left respectively. Stacked eye, two fullbacks in there as Lord runs the option, gets a block. He is to the 25 and spun down at the 24. With three wideouts to the left side, Wilson Thomas wide right and a single setback. Darren Diedrich. Lord retreats to throw. Rush on. Throws to the near sideline. It's Wilson Thomas, the target, broken up at the 1-yard line on a nice play by Derek Ainsley, the safety man. There was coverage provided by Reed. There's no doubt that on that play, if it wasn't going to be completed, Adrian, it was going to be incompleted. Not completed to our guy, incompleted out of bounds. He wasn't going to throw it up for grabs.
Well, I tell you what happens, Jim, on that play there. The roles reverse. The offensive guy becomes a defender, and the defensive guy, obviously, he had, to me, he looked like he was going to make that interception, but Wilson Thomas was there just to get his arms and hands in the way and knock it away from Ainsley, that is, on that route. So, again, trying to get the football in the end zone, and they almost lost it right there.
3rd down and 10 from the 24. This drive began at the Nebraska's 6. Out of the shotgun, Lord, lots of time. Throws the football for Thomas. He has it in his hands, and then he dropped it. Great play by Reed. 32-yard line is the spot. 10 in the end zone. Snap back. The ball is down. The kick is up. It is good. There is a penalty marker down. We may have a roughing the kicker penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Accepted. Automatic first down.
Double wise to the right, Cornelson and Thomas. Diedrich is alone, setback option play. Lord looks to pitch, does so to Diedrich. They string it out. He breaks it at the 15, though. Garrison leads the red-shirted Huskers to the line of scrimmage. Regular I formation, Davies and then Diedrich. Pitch play, Diedrich, power guy, 10, cracks to the 9, and then rolls to the 8. It'll be 3rd down to up comes. Off the offset eye, it's Josh Davis. In motion goes Wilson Thomas as Lord pulls away to throw on 3rd and 6. Guns it out, Davis catches at the 5. He spins at the 2 and is down at the 2-yard line. Very near a first down, saving the touchdown for the Troy State Trojans. Delois Moore, the Sam linebacker, but a nifty move by Josh Davis to catch the football and throw his body toward the first down stick inside the Trojan 3.
Should be the first down. I think it is, Jim. Indeed it is. They just spotted the standard over there with the big 1 indicating first down. John Bowling crossing underneath on the play. He was wide open going the other direction, but Jamal Lord looked at that hot receiver Davis out of the backfield, picked him out, put it in.
From the right side hash mark, 1st and goal from the 1.5-yard line. Clem in motion, split wide to the right, handed off Diedrich. He tries the middle, bumps into a guy, and then crosses the goal line for the touchdown. Oh, it's been a traffic jam for the Nebraska running game, but there is no substitution for brute strength, power, and determination. And Darren Diedrich scores his 22nd career touchdown with 6:31 to go in period 3.
16 plays, 91 yards, 6 minutes and 48 seconds for that drive. And the Huskers just banging it out all the way. Terrific effort by the offensive line in that last series. Here's the kick.
Brown with the point after off the hold of Joe Chrisman. It is through the uprights. It is good. 21-10.
Number 26, Josh Brown, deep for the Trojans. Number 1, Drew Emerson, and number 3, Hayward Skipper.
For only his second snap of the second half, and on the end around, Emerson has it, running from the right to the left, 20-25 out of bounds after an 11-yard pickup to the 31-yard line. 3 wideouts to the right. Day moves over there. Single setback as Hansel Bearden throws the ball, and it's nearly picked away by Barrett Ruud. He knocks it free at the 35.
As they line up in a cluster out on the far right.
Look for the jailbreak screen, lined up like a wishbone formation to the right of the quarterback as Bearden runs that way, the right way. Lots of time, throws on the run. The pass is incomplete, well short of the target at the 48-yard line. Shane Siegel playing the nickel back here, the walk-on from Grand Island. He's deep in the secondary on 3rd and 10. Nose of the football for Troy State at the Trojans' own 32. Rodney Jordan, the center, ready to snap it to Hansel Bearden. He retreats to throw. Rush on. Ruud after him. They chase him to the right. He cocks his arm. He throws it up for grabs. It's well off the field of play. Ruud buries him. Drives his helmet into the turf at the 22-yard line. And boy, he's a favorite in the house tonight. Coming off an injured hand, playing with such toughness and determination. And Troy State's going to have to punt the ball away.
Barrett Ruud, the sophomore out of Lincoln Southeast, said, "The heck with a broken hand. I'm here to play football." And he and about 5 other Husker players from the defense, the Blackshirt defense, in hot pursuit of Bearden on the play. And Barrett Ruud breathing right down his neck. And Bearden just let it fly way out of bounds. Great job. Here comes the kick.
Olmsted on 4th and 10. Trojans at their own 32. 6:04 third quarter. Nebraska 21-10. Gross to receive. He already has an 83-yard return for 1 tonight. Pressure on. After it was Terrell Butler. Didn't get a piece of it this time. And Olmsted boots it into the air, and it tumbles out of bounds at the Nebraska 37-yard line. The Huskers are going with a power series again. 2 tight ends and a couple of fullbacks. Krewald and Davies in front of Corey Ross. It's 1st and 10 from the 37. Option play for Lord. He is hit and dragged down, spun down behind the line of scrimmage by Johnny Falk, who is blitzing from his cornerback spot. Untouched, wrapped up big Jamal Lord for a loss. A drop back to about the 32, so it'll be about 2nd and 15.
And how does a guy like that come up so empty and so open? Johnny Falk, and I tell you why, because they had 10 people up in the box that time. And ladies and gentlemen, it's tough to block 10 people and get everybody blocked. It simply can't happen. So that's why Johnny Falk came up free and was able to make a tackle in the backfield against Jamal Lord.
This is a plucky bunch from Troy, Alabama. They're going to beat people. They are making strides in their first year in Division I. 5 down lineman for him on 2nd and long. Pitch play, Ross gets a block across the 30 up to the 35-yard line. Thomas in a slot left. Pilkington wide to the right side. Single setback Ross on 3rd and 12. Lord in the deep pocket formation. Now he'll dart. 30, 35, 40. Breaks the tackle. 45. Breaks another tackle. Down at about the 45-yard line. Shy of a first down by 2. Coleman ends his odyssey there with Rayshon Reed, the All-American. But Jamal Lord once more proves that if you make a tackle as he is hurt, Lord is shaken up on the play. He gets hit hard for about the 3rd or 4th time tonight. He has taken some pops in the last couple of weeks. And now the Nebraska training corps is on the scene with 4-12. 4th down and 2 to upcome as they help Jamal Lord to his feet. Deep safety. Low snap. Crouches to get it and boots it in the air. Spinning kick angling toward the sideline across the way. And off one hop, Hayward Skipper gathers it in at the 12. And he is thrown out of bounds on the play. Hansel Bearden has engineered a decent attack for this group tonight, and they hand it off to LeBaron Black, the deep back, and he is quickly met and whipped down on the play by Scott Shanley and Demario Williams inside the 10. At about the 9, will they give him forward progress to about the 10? No, sir. Between the 9 and the 10, to a drop of 1.5 yards. 3:28 to play third quarter. 2nd and long for the white-shirted black helmeted, red numeral Troy State Trojans.
Baron Black on that run. We've seen him all night. He's been a very strong runner up inside, but that time Scott Shanley just handled him very, very easily. Shows you how strong Shanley really is.
From the left side, Hashmark moving right to left. Bearden, short drop, throws the ball complete on an inside pattern to Amerson. First down, 20, 25, 26-yard line. 16-yard pickup for Troy State. Now just to the left of the right side, Hashmark, and a handoff to the running back, Chris Cox. Bumps into a problem at about the 30 and then darts ahead to the 32-yard line. Cox, the former defensive back from Melbourne, Florida. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 and the 31. Bearden, short drop, looks left the whole way and throws the ball incomplete for Amerson. He wanted the ball at about the 36-yard line. Two young defensive tackles, LaKeven Smith and Titus Adams, on the field for Nebraska. 3rd and 5. Hansel Bearden has a rush. Titus is after him, throws the ball to the nickel seats across the way toward the Nebraska bench. He was in deep doo-doo. Nebraska had him wrapped up, but he got rid of the ball, and it's 4th down and 5, and here is an ovation for the Black Shirts. 6th punt for Olmsted, stands at his 17. Gross deep for Nebraska. Here's the snap, it's good, and a spiraling kick into this cloudless night. And at the 29, Gross has it. 30, 35, 40, 45, midfield. He's to the 40. He's going to go all the way. 20, 15, to the doorstep, in the house. Touchdown, Gross once more. And DeJuan Gross is making a full-scale assault on Johnny R's punt return record for the 2nd time here tonight. The senior from Garfield Heights, Ohio, set sail at about the 40-yard line, and he was untouched across the way into the end zone. 27-10, with Brown on to attempt the point after. The signals, the placement, the kick, it's on its way. It is good. A minute 50 in the 3rd quarter as they come to their feet in Lincoln. DeJuan Gross with the Huskers now out in front, 28-10. Salute, my friends.
They have scored, and they want to give you a chance to win a trip to a bowl game. Listen to Sports Nightly 6 to 8 Tuesday night for your chance to win an all-expense-paid trip to a bowl game.
Here's man bites dog. Brown actually has a kick return, and on the play, Skipper takes it out to the 14-yard line where he is gobbled up by, I believe, Josh Bullocks, the freshman defensive backs from Chattanooga, Tennessee, who's submarine Hayward Skipper, and it's 1st and 10 for Troy State at the 14. Seppo Ibarwe is now playing defensive tackle. He's lined up right next to big Titus Adams. 28-10, the Huskers have once more parlayed a special teams gem. Pressure on, ball is thrown incomplete as the Huskers adjust the arm of Hansel Bearden, and it was Chad Severs on a blitz that deflected the pass because he chopped into the arm, the right arm of Hansel Bearden at 2nd and 10 back at the 14. Des Moines Adams is now playing right end as Nelson Barnes, the Nebraska rush ends coach, has rotated those 4. Kelsey, also Justin Smith and Trevor Johnson. A minute 37 in the 3rd quarter. Again, that cluster of 3 wide receivers, this time to the left side of the formation, lined up like a wishbone. And the snap back out of the shotgun to Hansel Bearden. Rush on, throws the football. It is complete to Amerson. It is shy of a 1st down. On 3rd down and a variety of options. Just 3 to cover. Nebraska shows 4 down linemen. And now the linebacker T.J. Hollowell inching toward the line of scrimmage. He's going to blitz. Back is Bearden. He's got a rush. He steps up. He's going to have the 1st down. 20, 25, 30. He dips to the outside and then to the inside. Once more zigzags to the outside. Is finally tackled by Pat Ricketts and Larnell McPherson across the 40 to the 41. Good improvisation by Hansel Bearden down to the sidelines. Here's Gary.
Aaron Turpinning still out of the game. He's still woozy from that kickoff. As a matter of fact, Dr. Lonnie Albers took his helmet away from him. Turpinning wanted to go back into the game, but they're wondering maybe a concussion here. That's why we've seen for the first time tonight Daniel Bullock's on the field.
Good to see him, Jim. And also, let's talk about Bearden. Bearden got up from that last play limping a little bit, so let's see what it does to his effectiveness here.
Severs is off the field. Shanley back in, handed off to Black, bobbles the football, and he steamrolls ahead from the 41 up to about the 44. Arrested by Rude there. 2 seconds, 1 second. They will not snap it again. The 4th quarter has arrived as Nebraska looks for its 23rd consecutive home field victory. 18 points the separation. 28-10, Nebraska the lead as we enter the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 6 from the 45-yard line. Troy State in its own territory as they switch sides of the field, and the Trojans will now move from left to right or north to south across the radio dial on a beautiful night for football in Lincoln. It's 28-10. The homestanders have the lead. Second down, 5.5 for Hansel Bearden. Hands it off to LeBaron Black, and he is submarined by Phil Bland across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. Third down, 3.5. Important down for Troy State, down 18 on the big board. Two wideouts right. They're the dangerous ones, Skipper and Amerson, and they elect to go on a running game instead as the fullback takes it right up the field, but not for much.
Troy State has played a whale of a tough football game, and Huskers need to get this ball, take it down.
See if Olmsted kicks it to Gross. He didn't. He fires it out of bounds by a country mile. DeJuan Gross, deep to receive, didn't even move. As the fullback in front of Corey Ross, option play for Lord, 25, dips to the outside 30, and scampers out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's second down and 1, so it's about a free down for Nebraska as Lord under barks the count, 34-yard line, handed off to Corey Ross, dips to the outside, slips a tackle, 35, first down up to the 36. 13:04 in the ball game, 28-10 Nebraska. Lord on the handoff, gives it to Ross once more. This time Troy State stiffens. Second and 10 for Nebraska. Huskers at their own 36. Lord retreats after getting the snap. Swing pass out to Corey Ross. This is trouble for TSU as Ross gets it at the 35. Stumbles a bit. Third and 7. Double wides to each side. Pilkington way wide to the left side as Lord gets the snap. Looks down the field. Fires the football complete to Wilson Thomas. First down at the 50. And then he is crumpled up at the 49 of Troy State. Wilson Thomas just asked Bob Knight about how that guy can get up. Bob Knight said he was one of the toughest basketball players we went up against last year. He took over that basketball game against Texas Tech. In the last few minutes, he climbed the imaginary ladder and snared that pass, Ansley, around his ankle tops. But a first down toss and catch, Lord to Wilson Thomas.
Fourth catch on the night, Jim. 31 yards on the evening for Wilson Thomas, but a deep square in by Wilson Thomas. Of course, 6'6" and 220. He can get up, he can cover the ball and make it work.
Corey Ross gets the ball. Boy, what a skitterbug this guy is. 50-45 as he got it on the counter play out of that shotgun formation and makes something out of really what looked to be nothing, but that's the quick and speedy first step of Ross, and he gets it across the 45 near the 40-yard line. Pickup of 9, but boy, he looked like a water bug that time, Adrian.
Jim, I'll tell you what, at 4-4 in the 40 out of Denver, Colorado, Corey Ross cutting on a dime and leaving a change for the defense there and able to get it upfield, pick up, well, just short of the first down.
Pickup of that. So it is, again, about a free down and a pitch play to Ross. Gets a block from Krewald, cuts it back 40, 35, keeps his feet, 30, inside the 30, to about the 29-yard line. They say down finally, near the 25. They'll say right at the 29, but Corey Ross, Reed that time saved a touchdown. But if you have a chance to watch the replay this week on television, fans, what you're going to see is a burst of speed right at the point of attack that reminds me of Barry Sanders.
No doubt about it, Jim. He's reminded me of Barry ever since I saw him, first time we saw him scrimmage here at Nebraska, the redshirt freshman.
He came off the field, might have twisted an ankle, and Josh Davis is now manning that I-back spot. First down, 10, 29. Huskers have it, pitch play. Josh Davis left side, cuts it back toward the middle of the field from the 29, and is spilled near the 25. It is good for 3. It's second and 7 as we are at 9:35 in the ball game. 28-10 Big Red. Lord runs the option from the center of the field. He keeps the ball very much so wisely. Is tripped up on the play by Johnny Falk.
Here's a third down.
Two tights on 3rd and 4 from the 23. Clem, the split end goes in motion. Safety follows him. Pitch play. Josh Davis to the right. Gets a block from Bowling. He's to the 21, to the 20, and has a first down at the 18-yard line. John Bowling just shadowed his defensive assignment, and Josh Davis read the play very nicely. Coleman finishes him off, but the damage had been done. Davis gets 4 tough yards and a first down.
Cody and Waldrop that time out leading the play. These guys in the last couple of series here, the last actually 3 series, the offensive line, Erickson, Garrison, Cody, Waldrop, and Incognito have really played exceptionally well here to get the Husker offense off dead center and get this offense moving up over 300 yards now.
Thomas back on the football field, just off the line of scrimmage, about 2 strides to the left of left tackle Richie Incognito. As quarterback Lord hands it off to Steve Krewald, and he has plenty of company. Just under 8 minutes in the ball game. 28-10 the Huskers. Nebraska 2nd and 9 from the Troy State 17. Trojans with 6 down linemen. Lord changes the play. Krewalt stands up to receive. Two tight ends, Clem wide to the left side. On the right side, hash mark Lord runs the option. Tries to spin out of a tackle, but cannot. Pilkington wide left. To his right, still wide of the formation. Left side is Thomas. Lord to throw. Looks left all the way into the end zone. Throws it for Thomas. He has it in his mitts, and then it fumbles away and out of bounds. It is no good. Oh, so close to another touchdown reception. Good defense by David Filia. It goes for naught. Fourth down. Downstairs, here's Gary.
Well, as you mentioned, Jim, Corey Ross back in the game. All they did was taped up that right ankle. You can really tell on the Troy State players, their faces down here, that they are really starting to get gassed. You know, last year they made a statement that Nebraska used 8 rush ends. We were only able to use 3. This year, Troy State in this ballgame has used 6, but they're getting very, very tired. And also cramps are starting to become a problem for the Trojan defense.
Josh Brown, a 34-yard field goal attempt at the 24. 10 in the end zone. The spot is good by Chrisman. The kick is up. It is good. And Josh Brown gets another field goal to add to his total. It's been a productive night. 6:46 in the ball game, and the Husker lead moves to 21 at 31-10.
Josh Brown continues to just mesmerize people with his kicking here. Field goal kicking, and now another kickoff that will probably go into the end zone.
It's already met the stadium once. This one's booted off the Georgians for Nebraska sign beyond the end zone to our left. It's a touchback, and Troy State will snap it. First down and 10 from the 20. 6:41 fourth quarter. 17 unanswered points by Nebraska. And the foundation of that was a 16-play drive that resulted in 91 yards and resulted in a touchdown. Matt Ray, junior backup quarterback from Butte Junior College, a junior college All-American from Quincy, California. He originally started his career at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So he is under center now. Fresh quarterback. Hansel Bearden has had enough. First and 10 from the 20. Triple wides to the right. And Ray to throw on his first attempt, and the jailbreak screen is completed. And across the 25 to the 26-yard line. 2 slots and 2 wideouts, single setback. That's Black. Ray under center. Pulls away, throws a fade pattern up in the air beyond everyone. Rodney Burgess was the Nebraska defensive back out there covering on the play.
But actually rule out a pretty... there's a
sack. And a big sack by Wachimba Kabongo. Patrick from Montreal, the junior. He has a quarterback snack inside the 20 at about the 17. So he's full now, and it's fourth down and a mile.
That's his second sack of his career. He's had a couple of half ones and now picks up a full one here tonight, and he is really excited about that. He dropped about 25 pounds in the offseason. Kabongo out of Montreal, Quebec.
Dewan Gross finally gets a seat on the bench tonight. He's a weary one. One of the great games that an individual has had at Nebraska in years. Snap back to Olmstead, and he shanks this one off the side of his foot. It'll tumble out of bounds in front of the Troy State bench directly beneath us. And they spot it as they measure it out and put it dead at about the 32-yard line. So only about 15-yard kick. Laney Hopkins.
Laney Hopkins and Ira Cooper. Ira Cooper, yep. Both of those guys, Jim, kind of combining on the left side to try to block that punt. And he felt the pressure. Gary?
Yeah, he just missed it. He just put his fingers a little bit apart. And he said, I almost got it. Hey, don't forget about one of Utah State's most famous grads,
Merlin Olsen, you bet. The Mr. FTD guy, part of the fearsome foursome. Mike Stuntz, sophomore from Council Bluffs, St. Albert's, is now going to run the show for Nebraska. The backup quarterbacks are in for both ball clubs. And an option bootleg pass play. Good block on the play by Junior Tagaway to free Stuntz for a moment. He dances through tacklers, 40, 35, and is rolled down right at about the line of scrimmage. He ran 2 miles to make a yard. 4:34 to go. The Huskers 31-10 out in front. And the handoff to Marcus Simmons on a stretch play to the 32, 30, 28. He gained about 3 more.
Good to see some of the second-team offensive line in there also, Jim. Jake Anderson in the ball game. Scott Cothey in the ball game. Tagawai has been in the ball game for a while.
3rd and 4 from the 27, and a flare pass to Wilson Thomas is broken up well on the play by Reed. The Huskers will go for it on 4th and 4. 3:47 in the ball game from the 27 of Troy State. Stunts. Pitch play to Simmons. Simmons with a lot of speed tries the left side with Chris Day split wide to the left side. As Ray hands it off, and thundering up the middle is Richardson for a good gain from the 27 across the 30 to near the 35-yard line. Got about 8. Lornell McPherson and T.J. Hollowell put the stops on Jermaine Richardson, the sophomore from Pensacola, the speediest of those 3 running backs that Larry Blakeney uses. LeBaron Black and then DeWitt Betterson. Betterson has carried it a couple of times, coughed it up on one. I formation set. Cox is the fullback in front of Richardson. On 2nd and 2, Ray hands it off to Richardson. Quick feet. He has a Husker draped around him at the 35. That's Justin Smith. On the right side hash mark, bad snap, center exchange to Ray. He covers it up, might be short of a first down. TJ Holloway says that Nebraska has the football as they unpile bodies.
And then here you just you fumble a snap and you roll it forward, you get the first down.
Regular eye, 2:29. Handoff to Richardson. Good burst of speed, 40, 45, 50, and his Dragon Huskers, specifically Fabian Washington and Ira Cooper, across midfield to about the Nebraska 46-yard line.
Terry, as a first-team defender, you know, most of the guys are out of the ball game now. There are some guys maybe that kind of occupy both spots. But as a first-team defender, you're on the sideline now. Second and third teamers are in. You see that kind of play happen. What does that make you? I mean, what do you tell those guys when they come off? I know what we used to tell them. What did you guys do?
Well, a lot of the same. I mean, it's a pride deal at this point in the game. You want to limit the yards and limit the points on the board.
Cedric Phillips in motion, the tight end to block for Richardson, running the left side, 45, 43, 44, or rather 42, 43, maybe the 42-yard line. We are back on second down off the pickup of 4, 6 yards to cover from the 42, and Richardson carries the mail once more. 3rd and 5 off the pickup of 1. Ray hands it off to Richardson again. Richardson showing nice moxie from that deep high-back position. Drags a Nebraskan, specifically Trevor Johnson, to the 35-yard line, and good for a first down. Here's Gary.
250th sellout next week against Utah State, a team that went 4-7 last year, guys. They're playing host to Utah in their debut tonight. They got a good pitch and catch combination. Jose Fuentes, who threw for 3,100 yards last year, and Kevin Curtis, who had 100 receptions last year.
That slap-happy conference they play in. Ray to throw on 1st and 10. Deep ball. Pass is received at the 3, at the 2, at the 1. Rams right into Nebraska's cornerback on the play, but a reception is made. And an excellent grab by Torres Rutledge.
Coverage overran the play here. The coverage was there. They had a couple of people back.
Kellen Houston, the walk-on defensive back.
And the coaches on the sideline simply can't believe what happened on a play as Ray looks like he's
from the 1-yard line.
Just about it.
Takes it himself. 20 seconds as we count down into the ball game. 31-10 Nebraska. Long pitch play. That time with Houston, there was contact. It was inadvertent contact.
Well, they're taking their time.
They get it to the 1-yard line, and now a timeout is called for with 12 seconds to go. It is inside the 1-yard line. One more play. Ray under. The Nebraska fans in the south end zone trying to protect this cushion. Ray, a long snap, gets the ball, has it, crosses the goal line. There's no indication of a touchdown. A penalty marker is down with 10 seconds to go. TJ Hollowell really animated from the Nebraska defense. We will see.
There's indication for the TD, Jim.
There
is indeed a penalty.
The penalty notwithstanding. Finally, the touchdown is called for. It is 31-16, but hold it for a minute.
Well, Nebraska looked like they were moving just ever so slightly in the neutral zone.
Offsides on the defense. It's declined.
Might have been Justin Smith. 10 seconds in the ball game. The snap is good. The kick is blocked, deflected nicely on the play. I believe for the Huskers, the guy who got in there was a fresh Cornhusker.
Number 16.
Yeah, who is
I don't
part
have the
of
duplicate
our,
numbers.
Yeah, it's not Mike Stuntz, and we will check for that, and we beg your pardon for not having it. In fact, there is the duplicate number. Yeah, that's who it is for sure. Yeah, it's Cole Biedrowski, the left corner from Fort Calhoun. Of course, it's Cole Biedrowski. Olmsted chops one on the ground. It rolls like the Sputnik. It is flagged down by Kyle Ringenberg at the 28-yard line. From the 27.5-yard line, Marcus Simmons, the tail of the tandem. I formation set up, and he gets the pitch. Running to the left side to the 25, 26, 27. Spilled at about the 28 or 29. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That's a Nebraska winner. The Huskers parlay a 14-10 halftime lead, or rather a 14-3 halftime lead that quickly became 14-10 at the outset of the third quarter into a 31-16 victory. And a couple of more nice signs as the Nebraska offense shows shades of old in the third and fourth quarters. And what a spectacular night for Dewan Gross. 2 interceptions, 2 punt returns for a touchdown to set a school record. 31-16, the final at Memorial Stadium.
Dewan, I've never seen anything like that in my life. You know, 2 interceptions, 2 punt returns, played probably over 30 snaps of defense. I thought that was a Heisman performance.
Kid's a good player, man. I'm glad they're on our squad. I mean, he's out there just playing, making plays. That's what we need. Guys out there stepping up, making plays.
I've never seen anything like it. It's phenomenal effort and performance on Dewan's part. He had a first-round game tonight, and I think he stunned a lot of people. And if it hadn't been for the couple touchdowns that he put in the end zone, it'd be a totally different ball game.
The guy has a motor, man, and he keeps coming and coming.
Try to think of practice where everybody's supposed to be at. That's what I was thinking, and it actually happened. And it's just gratifying that it actually happened. And the coaches made a good call. I mean, told me to take it straight up the middle, and it was open. It's kind of gratifying to know you went out there and played your heart out and did something for your team. I mean, that helped get us the win. I mean, I was just out there just trying to play.
You know, we're always looking for a guy to step up and you know, take the game on his back and make some big plays. And tonight was Dewan's night. That's what captains do. Captains take that leadership and just try to help the team out. Just try to spark the team in somehow and trying to get them going. At first, I wasn't going to catch the ball. First, I was going to knock it down. And then once I got close, I was like, man, I can take this ball. And then jumped in front of it and dove and took the ball.
His play was almost single-handedly won the game, I'd say.
Hey, everybody, hey, I want to present to y'all the all decade, night game, player of the game.